And that I feel that even though I lost my father and mother, but God accepted me.
Yes. Yeah.
And the church my church became my mother. Taking care of me.
At the age of 12, you are a child almost. And
Yes.
how can you take that in this way now?
I don't know, really. I know that that's call from God. It was call from God. And at 12 I enrolled in the seminary after finishing the elementary school to finish high school and then the college and the seminary. Thank God. And I feel that I have been in the hands of our Lord Jesus Christ. Always. Always.
Your Holiness, you were groomed by Patriarch Ephraim first and Jacob third. You were secretary to them when you were a cleric student. How can you relate that experience with those prophets?
Well, of course, when I came to serve the Patriarch Ephraim, then Patriarch Jacob, I was graduated of the seminary and ordained a monk.
Yes.
At that time, I have been chosen the second secretary of Patriarch Ephraim, then the first secretary, and after his demise, I became a secretary of Patriarch Jacob. And thank God, I felt always that this is something, a message from God, that I should work for the church too. In the meantime, I worship God and sacrifice myself for the sake of the glory of God.
When you were a Ramban, I understand that you have learned journalism and you have got a diploma in journalism. And in 1982, during your visit to Kerala, when you visited Deepika, you said, you prophesied rather, what is going to happen. Crime and violence will take upper hand in the newspapers, and that will corrupt the people. And such a situation has come in Kerala now. What is your Holiness advice to journalists in this case?
My advice to journalists that to follow the peace.
Follow the peace.
Always, if you are a journalist, you have to say the truth and don't exaggerate some evil things. Believe in God, follow the peace, and try to make peace too. In such, I think you are doing wonderful things for the world. Otherwise, journalism is something important in the world. And those people who work in such field, they can direct even the world to the peace if they are peacemakers.
Holy Father, before becoming Patriarch, Your Holiness was a prolific writer. You have written many books. Have you got some new plans of some books? What happened to your Your Holiness writing tendency?
Well, I published some of the book, and all the books, history of the church, for example, doctrine of the church, and ethics. That is something which makes the man close to God. And of course, if you are close to God, you should love God and love your neighbor. When we say your neighbor, everybody in this world you have any relationship with him is your neighbor, and you should love him. In such, I think you will be true Christian.
Do Your Holiness have any new plan for a new books? Writing of new books?
Yes, of course. collecting now some of my articles. I published 3 volumes in that field. And whenever I need or the situation needs, especially in the church, I should write, and I do so.
Besides this collection, some new books, original books?
Yes, all religious stuff.
Holy Father, when you were made bishop, archbishop, you chose the name Severius. Why Your Holiness chose that name of Severius?
I haven't chosen, because usually in my church, the patriarch during the ordination will announce the name for the new ordained bishop. He will announce the name, of course, and we consider that's from God. The patriarch chose the name Severius for me when I was a bishop. Then Ignathious, after every patriarch in my church is called Ignathious first, then his name is a Christian name. Ignathious then is a Christian name.
In the Roman Catholic Church, during the time of Pope John Paul, during the election of Pope John Paul II, the tradition of electing popes, Italian popes, has changed. In the Papacy at Antioch, is there any possibility of such a change in the election of patriarch?
Yes, why not? We don't know. This is in the hands of God. And why not?
How is the patriarch elected in the Antiochian church?
All the bishops will come together,
Yes.
and they will elect one of them.
It need not be from Syria.
No, I am not from Syria.
Yeah, you are from Iraq. I am from
Iraqi. Yeah. And they will elect someone. We don't know one day, perhaps one from India, even though we have the new system of India for the Catholicos.
Yeah.
And he is Catholicos of India and the Indians. And all over the world, any bishop can be chosen as a patriarch.
Holy Father, you were an observer to the Holy Synod of Vatican II. Now 50 years are over after the Vatican Synod. Can you remember some incidents you had during the Vatican II?
Well, I consider Vatican II is a blessing from God.
Yeah.
Because the holy man, John 23rd, he is the holy man. He's a saint. We feel that he has opened new chapter in the ecumenical movement. And of course, he recognized the other churches and has been recognized too by other churches. And when I was an observer, I always remember when he met us as observers, I was then Karbachan. And when he knew that I